and welcome to this new video of my DIY remote control project. It's a little bit of time that I'm not posting anything new. I think it's a couple of months, but there are good reasons for it. I mean, you will see in the next updates that there are a lot of news in my project and that I'm getting closer and closer to the final production version that I really hope to be able to produce in the first unit in some week, a couple of months more or less as max. The first news that you are already seen it's the new display that you see here. Before to start going into details on the new display, I would like to kindly ask you to subscribe to the channel, give a thumbs up to the video if you like it, and hit the bell to stay tuned. As always, this is very easy and completely free for you, but it means a lot to me. Let me also give a big thanks to the sponsor of this video, which is PCBWay. All the electronics that you see here has been produced by PCBWay. I will go into details around these topics in the next videos. PCBWay is not only a manufacturer of PCB. In my case, they also have fully assembled the PCB that you will see. So basically a really turnkey solution for which I get my things delivered at home, ready to go, ready to use, which is always very pleasing, I have to say. As I already did in more than one occasion, I really want to emphasize how good and useful is during the preparation of especially the assembly part, collaborating with the professionals of PCBWay. They are always very constructive and helpful. You know, a mistake can always happen. With these guys, things goes really smooth because they are very present and proactive in raising an hand if they see that something is not really proper. So again, a big thanks to PCBWay guys. So let's go into the details of the display. If you remember, I had already in a past version of my console implemented an Nextion display. It was a 10-inch display. It was big, it was heavy, it was costly. So basically at the end I decided to move to this 5-inch version, which is smaller, lighter, and absolutely cheaper. And anyway, it does its job in a remarkable way. What is the main goal of the new display? Basically, it serves three purposes. One you are already seeing here. I have grouped all the buttons that you have into the so-called overlay of the Mackie control unit. So the button that change names accordingly to your DAW, and for which you buy the overlay stickers that you can attach on the Mackie surface. These are all grouped into the display that you are seeing in three main layers. The layers, of course, change the name of the buttons accordingly to your DAW. In this case, this is the Cubase one. What you are seeing now is the first layer with function and custom user function that you can set up in Cubase. Into the second layer here, you see you have all the functionality, the layer that you can control with the VPods, so pan, plugin, EQ, dynamic effects, and so on. The left and right banks to change the banks, the channel change in order to navigate into the menus into the pages of the plugin, pan, EQ layers, the flip, and the edit. The third layer is a little bit more on the application itself. You see undo, redo, save, revert, the read and write function for automation, the instruments, the control of the sense, the master, and then you can open the mixer page. With this, you can enable or disable the motors of the flying faders, and you can switch off the solo to have restored the situation without any solo. I have fixed the three buttons that you see here on top. So moving on the three layer, this does not change. Here you can change name values into the display of the channel. You can change here the beats and second, and you have the shift button. The shift button is probably a little bit the one more complicated, because unfortunately it changed DAW per DAW, is part of the overlay group. And I mean, I've always thought that it would have been much better to have this button fixed, so I decided to resolve the problem from a software perspective, and so I will develop a little bit of specifics here for all the DAW that I will make available on my console in order to make a better user experience. Another very important element on the display that you can see here is the stereo master meter bar. In particular, you see you have the green part, which are the peaks, and the blue one, which are the RMS. Why it's so important to have this feature into the display? It's so important because it has been probably one of the most complicated things that I did on my project, for the very simple reason that the Mackie control protocol do not provide data for the master peak and RMS meter bar. If you see it here, and you will see it in action in a moment, this means that I found a way to add information on top of the Mackie control protocol, which, trust me, is something that I worked for a long time, quite a lot, and that it was absolutely not easy to achieve. So, generally speaking, I'm very pleased to have achieved this result. So, if I launch the console, as you can see here, and I move the master, you can see peak and RMS volume, meter signaling this. I will maybe make a video on how I've achieved these results, but the important thing is that this will be available, and the important thing is that there are many other things that I can add on top Mackie control protocol. Other two things managed with the display are here, date and time, and here you see this green screen. This green screen is green because it's signaling that my console is connected to the internet and to my server. It's connected to my server to get updates on the daytime in order to keep the daytime always perfect in sync, and more importantly, is connected to my server to check if there are news on the software update, so the new version of the software update. The one that you see here are three buttons in order to switch pages on the display. For instance, the third one that you see here is just a log that I did in order to verify that everything is working fine. The second one is a configuration page, which I'm still working on. That's it for the display. I'm very happy of the results, and I have to say that I use it a little bit, and the ergonomics and the user experience is quite good. That's all for this video. I will see you in the next one, in which we will go a little bit more into details of the new feature of the new electronics provided by PCBWay. Thank you very much, and thank you very much also to PCBWay once again for having sponsored the video. Cheers!